Welcome back to the second draft. So we spend a lot of time talking about delicious and amazing craft beer. The one thing we have not spoken about up to this point is what to do when you've had just a little too much.
You can't quite handle it.
Of that wonderful God's nectar ambrosia.
Ambrosia, that was the word I was going to use.
So that's what we're going to do this time around. We're going to talk about our 5 favorite and most effective hangover cures. Welcome back to the second draft.
Welcome back. My grandfather... We should start with that. Cheers. My grandfather told me his hangover cure, and nobody likes to hear the preemptive hangover cure because nobody looks for hangover cures until they're
hungover.
In that particular predicament. However, he told me that back in the day, the go-to preemptive hangover cure was olive oil. So they would do a spoonful and nowadays we would just call it like a shot. They would do a spoonful of olive oil. Helps the medicine go down. And I guess the theory behind that is that...
I'm glad you made the Mary Poppins reference because I was going to make it if you didn't. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
So it coats your stomach, I guess, is the theory behind that. So that, and I guess, and this holds a little bit of water, I guess, because... Or beer,
or oil,
because if you think about it, your body wouldn't be quite as receptive to absorbing all that alcohol, and it might just
barrier
go straight through, as opposed to just you absorbing that, and then so I guess it defeats the purpose of but it does, you know what I mean? It does the thing.
Sure. Okay.
It might be preventative as a hangover cure.
Have you tried
a similar
this?
way that
though? Have you tried this?
No, I haven't. I've heard of people also doing milk because it also lines your stomach, which just sounds terrible if you're going to be drinking liquor because it'll curdle your your stomach.
Yeah. Anybody who's had an Irish car bomb.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Or. I guess it's the same thing as those chaser pills that preemptively taking B12, the vitamin.
Right. Yeah.
But I have no stock in that. The idea is that it replaces your red blood cells faster, I guess. But your circulation's fast enough, I feel like, to take care of that.
Just flushes the alcohol out quicker, I guess. Yeah. Interesting. I may actually have to try that one. Yeah.
What's your?
Okay, so my tried and true method, the one that works the most for me and is most frequently gotten me in many sticky situations after a night of fun. Yeah, sure. Let's say that. That sounds much more classy. Yeah. Pad Thai, or Thai food in general, particularly Pad Thai.
So good.
And another beer. So a lot of people think that the hair of the dog is a myth. It's not, because what happens is you're drinking. You don't want to, after you've been out drinking heavy IPAs, you don't want to come back and eat some Pad Thai and drink an IPA that's 9.7 ABV or something. You want to drink something light, maybe like a Citradelic from New Belgium. You want something that's just powerful enough to kind of get you rolling again, but it's not going to dehydrate you further and make things worse in the long run.
Or remind you of that taste.
That too, yeah. But the Pad Thai is interesting because it's got your starches. It's going to soak up all that junk in your stomach. It's got the oils, which are going to coat your stomach and soothe that nausea you might be feeling. And then the protein is going to give you the energy to get going again.
And the spice, I think it's called capsaicin. Basically, the spice within the Thai food from the peppers will also speed up your metabolism and therefore help you get rid of all those toxins.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
So yeah, it's tried and true. It's my go-to method.
It's funny because there's no science to actually back up the hair of the dog treatment, but
there kind of is.
The things I've heard the withdrawal thing. What you have or what you're having is an alcohol withdrawal, and what you need is a little tiny taste of what you've had.
Kind of like a methadone clinic, kind of. You need a little bit to help you,
You got bit by the snake, and now the antivenom is made from a little bit.
You got to eat the snake.
But
no,
don't do that. I will say I don't believe the science of the hair of the dog, but I find myself going back to that treatment as a way to just kind of ease out the hangover.
It works. Even if it's just numbing your body to the detoxing effects, it still works.
There's a level there.
Yeah.
Okay, so My next one is eggs. Eggs, I think, is like sort of scientifically proven.
Okay. Explain.
I don't know the actual chemical behind it, but there's a specific chemical or some ingredient within eggs that helps your body break down the toxins that are prevalent in your body after ingesting a lot of alcohol.
Okay.
And so the idea is that not only are you getting your stomach full, which is going to help you kind of absorb that alcohol or just get through it.
Right.
There's a specific component of eggs that helps you to push past that. So if you want to wake up in the morning, have the greasy food like normal, maybe it's not Thai food. If you're much more of a breakfast burrito person like myself, not to say that I don't love Thai food. If you're a breakfast burrito person, you get the greasy bacon, you get the carbs,
some potatoes, some fried potatoes,
some tortilla, and then you get a little bit of the eggs in there, and protein, and then you're good. You got everything that you need.
Sounds like a good way to start your day, even if you're not hungover.
It's an excellent way to start your day. I should start my day with a breakfast burrito more often.
Yeah, everybody should just start eating breakfast burritos all the time.
Well, by the way, we're drinking Crowlers from
Scottsdale Beer Company, our favorite place.
We literally call it the meeting place.
We literally meet there on a regular basis just to talk and hang out, and yeah. So thank you, Scottsdale Beer Company.
Cheers.
We love you.
Thanks, Liz, for these.
Yeah, we're specifically drinking the Juice Monkey New England style IPA. It's juicy. It's delicious. It's 8.2 ABV, so I may need to actually take some of our advice in this video because we're drinking 32 ounces of it. I might watch this video tomorrow. I'll be like,
good point of reference to start my day.
We're pretty f***ing smart.
Okay,
which brings me to my next point.
Yes.
So my next hangover cure is not going to be popular, but it does work. So bear with me here. You wake up in the morning. You don't quite remember exactly what happened last night. You do know you had a good time because you're paying for it this morning. The last thing you want to do is get up and just do anything. You just want to stay in bed. You just want to drink Gatorade. You just want to binge Voltron on Netflix. Physical activity is actually an amazing hangover cure. It is. And I'm not talking about like getting up, hitting the gym, and just driving yourself crazy and making yourself vomit and then feeling terrible the rest of the day and feeling sore. I'm talking about if you're feeling hungover, drink a bunch of water and go for a long walk. Get the blood pumping, get your metabolism going, just get some activity, get some vitamin D from the sun, then come back and drink a bunch more water, take a hot shower, and I guarantee you'll feel right as rain again. But it is so difficult, just emotionally, to get yourself out of that bed and say, I'm going to go for a walk. But I guarantee you'll feel 200% better once you get back from that walk.
Yeah, I get pretty wicked bad hangovers, but if I'm either one way or the other. If I need to stay in bed, I need to stay in bed. But you'll know if you need to get up and walk, then I think that's an excellent way to just
absolutely
get the blood flowing again. It's the same concept as the B12 thing or the red blood cell thing that I've seen before. Your circulation is going, your body's going to take care of it a little bit quicker.
Right. You're stimulating your body to take care of itself and knock all that shit out.
I've heard the same concept about working out when you're starting to feel a little bit of a flu symptom, like a cold coming on.
Sure, or depression, or
something like that, just to get the endorphins up. And it might just be a way to kind of trick your body. You're still going to need time. That's the end all hangover cure is time.
Right. Yeah.
But it could help your body in other ways. Come up with some ways to kind of trick your mind into feeling a little bit better. So,
yeah.
And that's at the end of the day what you kind of need.
Right.
Okay. So my next one is a little bit weird that I had to experience on my 25th birthday. I was at a wedding, and dancing was done and drinks were had. Anyway,
so everybody there, you made vomit. And then you went home and you vomited the next morning.
I was feeling terrible, and I'm in.
I've seen you dance. You're a good dancer.
Thank you. I'm in basically the middle of nowhere, Ohio, and with a bunch of my relatives, which was awesome. But what they have is this curious cure. Go figure. I just talked about my grandpa earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Pickle juice. Pickle juice evidently has the stuff to get you over your hangover plateau. Now, you're giving me this weird look, and totally understand it. You're probably at home feeling the same way. I can back this up because I've experienced it before. Not a miraculous cure, but a cure nonetheless. Pickle juice helped me to recover that day when I had no silver lining in sight. There was no light at the end of the tunnel for me.
You were just
I was
done.
Not feeling well.
Your life was about to end at 25 years of age.
I had tried at least 2 of the things we've mentioned previously.
He ate a whole bucket of pad thai and went for a long walk, and
I did some laps around the block and it did not help.
Yeah.
And I came back and I said, yes, I'm still under the weather. Yes, I was 3 sheets to the wind last night. Please help me out. And my uncle just goes to the fridge and cracks open a jar of pickles and is like, drink. This is not a joke. This is what happened. And I did.
Awesome.
I did that. I had a few ounces, and it wasn't instantaneous. This is not a miracle thing, but it helped in the long run. And I don't know. I feel like for some people, it might just be that the pickle juice is so repulsive that you just vomit instantly, and
I kind of want
to feel better. Yeah.
Just thinking about it a little bit. I love pickles. Yeah. Chugging some pickle juice, just not. No.
Evidently, pickles are good for you, man. I don't know what it is.
Excuse me. I love pickles. They're delicious. They are good for you.
You're getting indigestion just thinking about it.
I'm just like chugging pickle juice. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to, you have to chug it when you're in that. You just down it like a shot.
Yeah,
which is the last thing you want to do when you.
Somebody needs to grab a funnel and put it in your mouth and just make you drink the pickle juice.
Oh wait, this reminds me of
how I got in this situation in the first place. Yeah. I think that's 5.
What did we?
I think that's 5. If not, the last and final way to avoid a hangover is, of course, to know your limits.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to do that when you're out in a social environment. You're having a good time and you're bar hopping and tearing it up. But, I mean, you get to a certain age. I'm in my 30s. You're in your late 20s. Where you kind of know exactly that magic number of drinks and shots, or one or the other, or the 2 of them combined, where you know you're going to feel bad tomorrow. So if you don't know that, feel free to experiment and learn that number.
Feel that out.
You really should. But if you know you got to work in the morning, or you've got something going on, you got a family event, and you know the next day you're going to be not feeling so great, if you have that last 10 ABV IPA, or you do that last
Belgian quad,
yeah, or that shot of whiskey, just know your limits and always be safe, because you are doing damage to your body by getting, belligerently drunk, and you are getting hungover for a reason. It is nature's way of telling you that you're
doing
pushing it
wrong.
pushing it a little too far. So know your limits, and I think that's a good,
final
a good note to end on as we finish off these 32-ounce beers.
Salud.
So be safe. We love you guys. If you've got an amazing hangover cure, if it's from like an old family recipe or something you've picked up along the lines of your many years of drinking, please leave a comment down below, because we'd love to know it. Not because we ever need it, because we know our limits and we never get hungover anymore ever.
If you know if you went and saw the proper witch doctor, the one that DT didn't go to in New Orleans, please tell us what the magic cure was. Because
by the way, that witch doctor was like,
it's just, yeah, he had all the answers. Yeah. Let us know it down in the comments below. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.
We'll see you next week.